Hey everybody, or anybody that happens to be checking this house out. This is a house that we built on the Elder Scrolls North American server in the housing tool. Super fun, super fun. Probably one of the most fun builds we've done. Definitely the best reaction from the community I think that we've ever received on any of the houses that we've decorated or built in this game. So I hope you enjoy it. This is at the Coldharbour Surreal Estate on the North American PC server. And we call this house the boss fight. It's sort of inspired by Voltron or Mech Warrior. And we have two giant bosses fighting one another. Gundam kind of style. Uh, got a little bit of inspiration for the big Daedric-y looking guy here. I tried to make it like Daedric-y versus Adric-y sort of robots. But we got some inspiration from the Wild Wild West, little spider mechs, or the movie Robot Jocks, if you've ever seen that. Anyways, lots of different sources that we drew inspiration for this build from. Had a great time building it. Hope you enjoy checking it out. And this is at Tetriana DR's Coldharbour Surreal Estate on the North America PC server, NAPC server, Elder Scrolls Online. That's at TETRIANADR, at Tetriana DR. In any event, on with the tour. We used a lot of different furnishings on this, but a lot of structure furnishings as well. Columns, walls, big stones, big rocks. Had to use some really huge furnishings to make these guys massive in scale. Was trying to fill up as much of the space as I could and still give the normal visitor the opportunity to really go around this thing and check it out for everything that it is. See all the little neat details that we put into it. A little pilot up there and his pseudo cockpit. The big flamey mace from the Daedric mech, if you will. And our classic sword and board from our Adric style robot guy. And I tried to build these to where visitors could reposition them if they wanted. So I'll have to turn the UI back on here for a brief moment to show you, but all of these furnishings are linked so that they can be moved together. So if you ever wanted to change the position of this guy in combat or the other guy, it would be super easy to do so. So yeah, the whole foot moves, the whole shin moves. When you pivot that knee, we've got the foot similarly linked here. So, change the position of his foot and just rotate it by that single point. Did the same with the arm, so he was actually not in this position initially. Let's get Cardinal's Magic Carpet add-on turned on here so that we can just navigate this a lot easier. If you are into Elder Scrolls housing and you're still building scaffolding and you haven't downloaded EHT and you don't use Magic Carpet, hats off to you, but at the same time, you could be using these add-ons and spending a lot more time in the creative thought and execution. But I just wanted to show the rotation that we incorporated here and how this guy is linked together. You can move so many different parts of him and have the rest follow. I really took as much time probably in figuring out how to link these furnishings so that you could reposition this build and make it more dynamic and make it different, and for trusted guild members as well to be able to visit and check it out and play around with it themselves. So anyways, not to spend too much time on that and to get our UI turned back off so we could go back to enjoying this from the visitor's view. We've got those new windows, or at least they're new at the time that I'm filming this video. The big fire pits for the Daedric guy's open chest cavity. The Volendrung for the effect coming out of his little blaster gun that we used the Daedric lit windows to kind of make look like a, I don't know, giant laser cannon. Whatever you want to imagine it being. And we built these massive stairs so that if you didn't use magic carpet, you've got a viewpoint to go up here. Check it out. Got the lightning rods on this Daedric guy. Just sort of, menacing power. And we've got pulsing flames going through his back, sort of like veins. We were gonna put those in his arm, like as if they were coming out of the flames in his chest to powering through to his arm. He is also linked. Let me move this real quick just to show that this guy is linked as well. So, in any event, I hope you appreciate that, because that was definitely all part of the work that went into it. Our big sword. I was disappointed that the lighting effect on those ALID devices that I used to make the hilt of the Adric guy's sword, they don't pivot quite perfectly with the actual furnishing itself. So if you're OCD, that should bother you. It bothers me. We've got a big jetpack on this guy, and I didn't really want to put a jetpack on this guy. I rather would have given him a beefier or neater looking either wings or some sort of weapon pack on the back. But I went with this massive structure backpack, jetpack on his back for the sole reason that I used one of the Alinor greenhouses for his chest to get this transparent appearance on his chest, so it looked like some sort of magic engine was inside powering him. But that's such a large furnishing, it stuck through the back of his body, and I had to do something to cover it up. So not super stoked about the gaudy backpack, but I think it fits. I think it all works together. Gave our guys faces. He's got kind of a knight's helmet / football helmet with our Volendrung beam here shooting out of the gun, being reflected by the shield. Just tried to make it really dynamic. Those are the buttresses that I used on this guy's feet. On his joints, his shoulders, gives sort of that crown effect of them rotated around the shoulder like armor almost. And then, of course, I'm going to give J. Hart Ellis a shout out here. He's kind enough to tour most of the homes that we build. Probably one of my favorite parts about building a house is having J. Hart tour it. So if you don't watch his tours regularly, I think he's J. Hart Ellis at Twitch TV. He's got a Twitch channel. You should, if you're watching if you're one of my tens of views watching this video, you probably know about J. Hart Ellis. And if you don't, check it out. I always put a little jester's coffer in his builds with a little surprise in them. See if I can turn it on without no, I'm gonna have to put my UI on. Take it off. So we've got a little skull in the jester's coffer for J. Hart. And ironically enough, when he did tour this house, he missed the jester's coffer, and he was here for so long too. Really gave it a lot of justice. Certainly a far more entertaining tour than I am giving you viewers here, but for those of you that did manage to find this video, I hope you enjoy it. I had a lot of fun making this build. Let me get a closer look at the cockpit down here for those of you that are interested. Our Daedric cockpit. Our Adric guy doesn't have a cockpit, and honestly, the only reason the Adric guy is here is because the Daedric guy needed a friend. This was the heart of the build. This is his Andy doll, or what was the doll's, his Chucky doll. This is his Chucky doll. This is the Daedric guy's Chucky doll. That's what it is. So he doesn't have a cockpit, but let's take a look at the Daedric mech's cockpit here. Might rotate his legs too. I can't navigate this magic carpet to save my life, or to shorten this video. In any event, cockpit, voila! Little control panel behind here. Got some flames and gems and floating fiery balls, evil-y Daedric death stuff. Alright, I'm going to stop rambling. I really appreciate you checking out the video. I hope you enjoyed viewing it as much as I enjoyed building it. We enjoyed building it. If you want to come check it out in person, you are more than welcome to. Always love to have the visitors. And if you've got Magic Carpet, you can shoot a message in-game to @jbone9940 or @Tetriana DR on the North American server. One of those accounts is typically logged in for Eastern Standard Times. So shoot us a message and we will give you decorator access so you can float around on a carpet and check out this build in as much detail as you really want. Thanks again for watching. Hope you check out some of my other videos. I'll see you next time.